What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. This may be one of the longest breakdowns I've ever done. And I wish I would have done the continuity with this while you watch it at speed. This was right after the video of the play that I just did. There are so many things that I have to talk about in this play. I don't want to say this is one of the worst plays I've ever seen, but it is an indictment as to how bad Madden is. And this may be the worst Madden we've ever experienced. This is post-patch. This is the best they have right now. So first of all, in this bootleg, the fact that quarterbacks still have to spin like this is preposterous. We've talked about it since Tim Tebow. Get animations where the players don't have to spin. Double team pass blocking. Big issue. It is the least effective block across the board on the line. You've got a lineman and a tight end giving up position to a linebacker. They should have the distinct advantage. Animations that aren't there. Jacoby Brissett literally throws him down to the ground while holding the football. If you watch football, you know things like this just do not happen. Now, as far as the nitpicking is concerned, should not have went through him on the motion shift. We're going to talk a lot about clipping, though, and motion shifting in this exact play. Now, let's talk about player logic. Do you know a time where you've seen a tight end and a lineman leap toward the quarterback? Doesn't happen all that often. Weight, momentum, player size, do they really matter when you can have a tight end and an offensive lineman hurdle the exact same way? But not only that, again, I don't want to nitpick, but you can't ignore the fact that Costanzo's arm goes right through the quarterback, right? I mean, it's the same animation that both Doyle and Costanzo clearly have, but the fact that they go through the quarterback to do it is just a little bit too much for me, based on all the other issues. Now, they also have to spin on a dime to block the player that has the poor pursuit that literally can't hit Brissett even though both players had their back turned. And again, if we're going to talk about shifting and warping, I just want you to look at the face that Jack Doyle has during this play, because I imagine this would be the face of any gamer that experiences this play or has to routinely spend time playing Madden, because the game has devolved into something that is just lost. It's not arcade football. It's not simulation football. It's not competitive football. They've tried to cater to so many people that they've lost track of whatever image they wanted to have. Now, how many times do we really have to deal with shifting and warping on a play? And when is enough enough? To me, the players going through each other is just a bit much, because it shows you don't respect position, body shape, size, momentum, weight, physics, a number of things. But to have an image like this in a game from 2020 is just a little bit over the top for me. Now, let's talk about defense. Zone defense, something that was supposed to be addressed in the patch. I want you to look at these corners and the safety. One of the best safeties in the game, too, back here, mind you. Now, you're going to watch them stand still here for a very long time. There you see the ball is thrown. So I'm going to back up just a little bit so you can get a full perspective of how much time they actually spend standing still. That is not improved defense to me. Now, it's another thing here that T.Y. Hilton, right side of your screen, is not trying to get open. Technically, they've worked on that. But it's still just a very bad look to see the defense stand still. Now, this whole play is dictated by animations. The blocking, where the linebacker came through, the sack animation that wasn't there, the players that could block after they hurdled, and whether or not this was going to be a touchdown or not is very much dependent on those same animations. No one is playing the receiver. No one is really playing the ball. It's Colts running into Titans and Titans going for interception animations. That's it. Now, I'll challenge anyone up until this point to take this play and show me the positives. But a lot of people say, oh, your channel just focuses on the negatives. Well, my channel focuses on the real Madden gameplay that I get. But I will say there's an improvement here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up. As you can see, Byard tries to get up through Funches, and in the past, this led to a situation where, he would kind of ride him like a little horse. It's kind of a funny image. I've got one with T.Y. Hilton. I'll show you in a second. But they fixed that now. They clip together, as you can see, but you no longer have this kind of just riding like a little show pony. So there is an improvement in the patch. I'm not going to say it didn't do anything, but this is a very minute thing for them to have went in and fixed, if in fact it is validation that in the very short time I played this game post-patch, that this is something that was intentionally done to prevent that from happening. So I want to leave this video off by talking about the independent games that are going to be coming out. Because so many people want to compare them to Madden, and they think that it's an indictment of the quality of the independent games when compared to Madden. But in fact, in my opinion, it's the complete opposite. If we're able to compare in any way, shape, or form a game or multiple games that have only been on consoles for 2 years, sure, are not going to look graphically as good as Madden, given the resources, time, energy, budget Madden has, but do anything close to or better than EA does, it's not an indictment on how poor those games are. It's an indictment on how bad Madden is. This game has refused to get better. In the spite of a community that wants to play this game, that wants to enjoy this game, that wants to support this game, we are continually met with this gameplay. Not just poor gameplay, but poor gameplay across various levels. There's so many things wrong with this play, and it's just one play that shows really what Madden is capable of doing wrong. And if your only response to this is, well, a game half the price, with 1% of the budget and 2% of the workers, doesn't look as good, then maybe you need to have a little bit more consideration for what your expectations from Madden should be. Because this is not the gameplay I expect from a AAA title, but it is the gameplay we've gotten for the past 5 years. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. I will be back in the week with more commentary.